All right. So, welcome to the YouTube channel. I am super excited to have you with me today. So, you are catching the second episode of our Thursday Vibe. And last week, I really kind of talked to you about where the channel was heading and some of the videos that you were going to find on the channel here in a couple of weeks. Um, I will let you know in my Thursday updates which video is going to be coming out first. So in this case, the shopper persona, we're going to be looking forward to getting that out to you next week. So if you're looking to really build a good representation of who your client is, then you definitely want to be on the lookout for that video. So again, my name is Janice. I'm one of the educators here at the Hills Leadership and Training Institute. But in addition to that, I'm also one of the digital entrepreneurs. I've spent several years really kind of testing and failing, and of course, finally, getting to a place where I can make some money online. And I want to tell you up front that you don't really need any new certificates. You don't even need any new skills. You don't need a new degree to hit 10K online. If you got a phone, if you got Wi-Fi, and if you're willing to hustle, you are qualified. Okay. Before we get started in how do we go about making the 10K that we talked about as the header or the title of this video, I wanted to do just a little bit of housekeeping. So the very first thing I want to mention is that by you subscribing and liking the channel, subscribing to the channel and liking the video, it really does help me get pushed out to more individuals who's looking for the subject that I'm speaking about. So if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and like this video. Definitely go ahead and subscribe to the channel. The other thing is that we are still accepting applications to the email marketing for beginners course. You can find this inside of the description. And I also wanted to go ahead and drop my Facebook page for Hills Leadership and Training Institute in the description. So if you're over there on Facebook, go ahead and connect with me. I love to have you following the page. So back to this episode, right? So this episode is called How to Make $10,000 Without Learning a New Skill. And we're going to look at 3 proven low overhead strategies. This is definitely one of those times where when we talk about you not having to need a new degree or to need new skills or get another certificate, these 3 strategies are going to be very recognizable, and they're going to be something that you can implement pretty quickly. So we're going to leverage stuff that you already know, even maybe some things that you already own. Okay, so there's no coding, there's no complicated software, and there's no waiting for years for you to complete this. Okay, all of the strategies that we're going to go through is going to be, strategies that have worked for many other creators and entrepreneurs, and it can work for you too. I'm going to break down, some of the things that you should know, some of the things that you should avoid. Okay. When we're looking at the breakdown, I'm going to tell you how to turn your existing knowledge, or zone of brilliance, as I like to call it, into a lucrative online course. Even if you never ever taught a course before. As a matter of fact, that's one of the things that I do is help individuals create courses for their small business so they can put certain processes on rinse and repeat. If you have to constantly go through orientation with your client, it is so much easier for you to have an orientation video for them to look at that captures all the information that you want them to know. And then if they have questions, for them to then kind of reach out to you to ask those questions that are unique to them or that may not have been addressed inside of the orientation video. But in either case, right, you want to have your process on rinse and repeat. The second thing is we're going to talk about how to digital products. And this is stuff that you literally can create over the weekend. And what I'm talking about are templates, guides, printables, okay? And this is not from a new topic. This is from a topic that you would have created a course on. So you have a course that you have in mind because you have a particular skill set or knowledge that you're ready to share with others. There's definitely templates and guides that you can create from that knowledge that can now become your digital product. The third thing is learning how to use content creation to monetize your hobbies, your opinions, your daily life, right? Even if you're just strolling through right now, I want you to really consider one of these three options to get started over the weekend, okay? Especially if you tried, or if you are tired of those side hustles that demand endless upskills or stash. This is going to be your roadmap, okay? We're going to cut through all that. We're going to get you paid and, get you moving on the road to financial freedom, okay? So go ahead and stick around and let us go ahead and turn those skills and knowledge that you possess into some profits, all right? So welcome back. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, this is going to be a guide for helping us get to 10K a month with some actionable steps based on the three strategies that we talked about a little bit earlier. So the first one is creating and promoting online courses. Okay. So the first thing that you want to do when you're developing any kind of a course or any kind of a product is you really want to know who are you selling to. Now, this is something that we're going to be talking about a little bit later in the channel when we start talking about building your shopper's persona. So if you don't have a good audience or you don't know exactly who you're building or what problem you're solving for your client or your customer, stick around. I'm going to walk you through how to do that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to choose a high demand topic. And you can do this by Googling. You can look here in YouTube, right, by creating a search. And on the subject or the topic that you are looking to create your course on, and seeing what kind of demand that particular topic has. If you're doing your search here on YouTube, you're looking for that topic and you're looking to see how many views that particular video got, and you're also looking to see when exactly it was produced, okay? You want to validate the demand, right? And sometimes when we talk about validating the demand, you really have to have an email list or some type of an audience, even if it's a small audience, right? Because if you have no audience and you have nowhere to actually pre-sell your course, you really can't validate the demand 100%. Now you can create like an A/B test, right? And what I mean by that is you can go ahead and you can build all of those actual tools that you're going to need to promote the course. But now you're going to be offering it to basically a cold market, which isn't a problem, right? Because before someone can become a warm market, they're in the cold market. So that's not a huge problem. But it is a little bit more of a, a test of patience, if you will, because you have to get individuals used to who you are, exactly what it is that you offer, and how it's going to basically impact or change their life. So I want to introduce really quickly a case study. This case study is about Video Fruit, who made $220,000 in 10 days. So what ended up happening is they got 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Now remember, I mentioned YouTube was one of the ways that you can validate or choose a high topic for your course. So they actually got 10,000 subscribers because their video went viral, right? What they did was they actually pre-sold 662 spots, validating the interest up front, right? So their their subscribers, which was 10,000, out of the 10,000 of subscribers, they sold 262 of their spots in their video or in their course. This, of course, helped them, validate that there was an interest for that particular course, which is always good. If you don't have 10,000 subscribers, it's probably not going to be that great. But the good thing is that you're on the right channel. And why I said that is because, one, we currently have a email marketing for beginners cohort that is going to be starting, and it's still open for applicants. So if you need to find out how to build your email list, go there. And then secondly, we also have videos that are currently on the channel that talks about what are some of the things that we need to do in order to get prepared to create our marketing campaign. And one of the things that we're going to do is getting to know our audience, which is our shoppers persona, which is going to be happening in a few weeks. Okay, the third thing that we want to do, right? The first thing when we're talking about creating and promoting our online course, the first thing we talked about was making certain that we had a high demand topic. The second thing we want to talk about is making certain that we validate the demand. And then the third thing is making certain that we create content efficiently. What I mean by that is just like I'm doing right now, which is simply talking to you about a process. You have to have some way of recording the actual course. Now, a course doesn't necessarily have to be video. We have seen where courses are audio, courses are in PDF, and courses are video or a combination of all three. So it's not you must have a video to have a good course. It's simply, most of the time, people are moving around, they're really busy, and so they don't really have a whole lot of time to read. So in order to kind of alleviate their potential for not completing a course, we put it in the video so that it's something that they can get to and look at fairly easily versus having to sit down and read. The fourth thing we want to think about is our price strategy. We want to think about what are some of the actual pricing strategies that will work for our course. Now, a lot of times people have what we consider tiered pricing, and that is where they're offering pricing at tier number 1, which is generally the basic, tier number 2, which would be probably slightly more advanced, and then the premium, right, which is like, and you get everything in the kitchen sink with it. So you want to think about exactly where or what you're offering, and then determine what type of pricing is going to be appropriate. Now, there is also a little bit of science on, picking the pricing amount, whether you want it to be $199 or $197, so on and so forth, right? Some of the other things that you could do is offer limited discounts or bonuses. For example, we say, well, the first 50 signups get a free one-to-one feedback, right? And that's important, especially if someone has never completed a course. Now they need someone to really kind of tell them, did this course meet all the markers? Is it really providing some type of transformative change? After that, right, we want to go ahead and launch our course. So the easiest way to launch a course, right, which goes back to some of the things that we did a little bit earlier, which was, did we have enough interest, is to host some type of free or live training, then pitch the course, right? The free or live training really could be your lead magnet, and your lead magnet is super important, especially at this phase, because it lets you know these individuals have an interest in what you're trying to provide to them in terms of your course, right? So having some type of free training, then pitching the course is always going to be a really good way to ensure you're speaking to the right audience, right? Now, once you've done that, you can take that same video that you recorded, I hope, and repurpose it, right? put it on YouTube, break it up into little pieces and make clips, and email that replay to them. And then the very last thing that you want to do is you want to promote continuously. You want to run Facebook, Google ad, targeting keywords like learn, skills, online, right? Those words that people are searching for that will bring your particular course to the top. You also want to partner with those other individuals who have large audiences and maybe even create some type of affiliate marketing, right? And you can break down whatever the percentage per sale is going to be. That's totally up to you and the individuals who are going to partner with you. Most of the time, I do see a 20-80 split where the affiliate will get 20% and you will get 80% of whatever the course amount is. But again, that's something that you can work out with your partner. Some tips to kind of help get things moving really quickly is that you can have or use pre-built course templates in some of the learning management systems. I will also have a link to my pre-built course template. It will be available to you for $7. Okay, so if you're not that great in PowerPoint and you don't want to have to figure out, images and placement of certain things inside of your course, then this template will help get you started. Okay, again, it's going to be in the descriptions. If you already have like blogs or videos, you can repurpose that and put it into your course. Now, if the information is outdated or if there's something that, no longer applies, then you probably don't want to use that. But if it is still very relevant, then go for it. Okay. And then the last thing I want to talk to you about is, what do you want to avoid, right? Well, the first thing you want to avoid is you want to avoid not listening to what the market wants. So if you go to YouTube, if you go to Google and you do your search, now Google and YouTube really are like one and the same, let's be honest, right? Their like parent company is Google. So when you're searching on YouTube, you're probably going to find similar information on Google. That's part of your market research. So you want to make sure that you are paying attention to whatever the market research is saying and that you are answering the demand. And sometimes it will be a hit or miss, right? You won't really know until you get it out there. And you can't really know if you don't try. So I'll much rather you try with a topic that doesn't have a lot of traction at first versus not doing anything at all. Okay. And then you want to make certain that your information is as uncomplicated as possible. Trust me, nobody wants a 40 to 60-minute video where they have to watch. As a matter of fact, because this video is so long, I am not going to go through the other two strategies, which is creating and selling digital products today or creating content. I am going to hold off on those two until the next couple of Thursdays, okay? And then the next Thursday, and then the following Thursday, I will finish up with the last one. You want to just kind of make certain that through all of this is that you are putting to use all of the skills and so forth that's going to be necessary to create the course. Now, if you've never created a course before, you're in luck because this week, because it is Valentine's Day, I am offering a very, very, very unique special. And that special is $97, and you get to spend a little time with me helping you create your course using AI. Now, here's the thing. We're not going to use AI 100%, but what we are going to do is we're going to use AI to help us brainstorm and put together those pieces of the actual course so that then you can build it out. Okay, it's basically going to be your roadmap. And that's generally the most difficult part. If you pick up my course template, right, where you don't have to think about what you're going to design in terms of your course, image. Okay, like what is it going to look like? And then you join me in the actual one-to-one. No one else is going to be there. It's going to be you and I. We're going to have a conversation over Zoom. We're going to be going through a lot of prompts and information using AI. And at the end of it, you're going to have a really good roadmap to get you started. Now, I'm not going to leave you there. There's also other products that we can offer to kind of help keep the momentum going. But for the $97, we're going to get you on your feet. We're going to get you up and we're going to get you running. So with that, you guys, I want to say thank you so much for hanging out with me. Also, definitely remember to be on the lookout for the shopper's persona video, as well as the remaining 2 strategies that I'm going to be talking about over the next couple of weeks as well on my Thursday Vibe. Okay, so this week we talked about how to turn your knowledge into cash by using or creating an online course. Next week we're going to talk about creating digital products, and the last week or the third week we're going to talk about content creation, right? Advertising your hobbies, your opinions, and your lifestyle. Again, my name is Janice. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and subscribe. Definitely like the video, and I will see you next week. Bye.